To understand the situation better, we're joined by the international affairs analyst, Dr. Ahmad Salehi, live from Tehran. So once again, thanks for joining us. President Pezeshkian says Iran does not seek a wider war. What is Tehran's priority now at this stage?
Actually, except the two preemptive attacks which took place during the last month by Iran, one against Israel, one against the bases of the United States in Jordan, except these two incidents, for the past 250 years, Iran has not started any war with its neighbors. Uh, and based on the intensive regime of inspections Iran accepted during the last 20 years, it is also another manifestation that Iran does not seek war or escalation or military escalation with anybody, regional forces or extra regional forces. But from the day this war started last winter, the whole thing has been changed. At the moment, Iran is facing an existential threat. Of course, the nation is waiting for the speech of the president, which was planned already to take place tonight, but because of Arba'in, the 40th day anniversary of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, it is postponed for tomorrow. But as Mr. Pezeshkian again mentioned, Iran is not seeking escalation. Iran is not any threat towards its neighbors unless there is a threat against Iran. And with what happened during the last 5 months, more than 3,500 Iranians have been killed. So this is a good reason for any nation to take some preemptive measures and some precautions in order to avoid and prevent any further uh, incidents like that. So for the moment, we need to wait for the speech of the president, which will be broadcasted from national TV tomorrow. But we know that the final word with regard to war and peace is not in the hands of the president only. It is in the hands of the Supreme Leader and the Security Council of Iran. But of course, the formation of the Security Council in Iran is like that. Out of 10 members, 6 of them are appointees of the government. So the president has the upper hand in the National Security Council of Iran. So we need to see what will happen next. But anything in any circumstances, there's one thing absolute and definite for the Iranian nation, and that is the destiny and the situation in the Strait of Hormuz will not.
Sir, why is Iran insisting on greater control over shipping through the strait?
As you know, what we have in UNCLOS, United Nations Convention Law of the Seas, are all regulations for the peacetime. But what applies to the Strait of Hormuz, according to the Iranian nation at the moment, is the law of war. So security is the priority, number one, on this matter. So Iran is not taking hostage the global economy or using the tool of the Strait of Hormuz to put pressure on its neighbors. That is not the case. If it was the case, Iran from the time of Safavid dynasty 250 years ago, well aware of the importance of the Strait of Hormuz, but never used this tool as a pressure tool against the neighbors. But at the moment, it is this situation of existential threat. So any nation, anybody should understand this situation that Iran is now in it. And that situation is an existential threat. So the issue of security is at most important above all other issues with regard to the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran has to make sure that this strait and the shipping inside the Strait of Hormuz will not ever and ever again be used for transporting equipment for the military bases of the United States in the region, or any other security threat against Iran. So this is the reason that both the authorities and also the nation has risen about using the Strait of Hormuz to control and to bring security for the nation. And this is not something that the negotiators of Iran can neglect or make any concessions. I mean, this is absolutely impossible for them to make any concessions with regard to the Strait of Hormuz. And if they do, they will lose their future political life completely. This is a nationwide request because Iran has paid a heavy price after two, or we can say three rounds of war and aggressions. Now the Strait of Hormuz is the guarantee for the safety of the people in Iran.
Qatar says there's no direct US-Iran talks. Does Tehran still believe that diplomacy is possible?
I think so. My personal view, yes, affirmative. Iran has proved during the last 20 years by accepting the most severe regime of inspections with regard to the nuclear dossier of Iran. Iran has always proved that is welcoming diplomacy, but there is a de facto situation here. There is a situation here in Iran that the public has a different view. So at the moment, there is a gigantic pressure on the government and the Iranian negotiating team that you have already made uh, a lot of concessions and there is not any room for more diplomacy and negotiations. So I believe that this administration at the moment, the government and negotiators are sacrificing, really, they are sacrificing their political life if they engage to any diplomacy. Why? The answer is very simple. Iran has been attacked at the negotiating table for three times. This is not something that anybody can forget. And the nation is very skeptical and very sensitive towards any negotiations. But at the same time, we see that the administration and the government is still seeking and believe in diplomacy and negotiations.
And so how do you interpret the Iranian president's repeated calls for national unity? Is Iran facing internal political challenges alongside the external confrontation with the US?
Yes, as I said, there is a polar situation here in Tehran, but this is not between the reformists and the conservatives. It is between the conservatives and ultra conservatives. And a portion of the nation that are in the streets for the past 150 days are among those ultra conservative sects of Iran, which rightfully are demanding for a stop in negotiations and diplomacy. So yes, there is a divide in the administration and political system of Iran, but this is not like the past 47 years between reformists and religious or conservatives or principalists. No, it is between the religious and ultra-religious, conservatives and ultra-conservatives. And this is because Iran suffered two wars, two invasions uh, without any legal grounds. And this is the demand of the people. So there's a pressure on the government.
So thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.